the channel. I am back from Hawaii. I was out there for 2 weeks for the Billabong Pike Masters, watching the surfing contest, and I am excited because I got a package in while I was gone, and I'm going to open that up today for you and show you what it is. I don't think we're going to put it on today, but it'll all be part of this video. I'm just going to piece it together, but it is a new air intake. Well, it's not new. I have to do some work for it, so I may actually do a whole separate video on how to repair the part that I bought off of eBay. But it is an airbox, and I will show you that now. Okay, we need that. We're gonna have to do some repair on this, so I think I may make a video on how to do the repair if you guys want to see that. You'll see in a second. I bought this off of eBay. And for those of you who don't know, or just subscribing to the channel, I have a 2002 Porsche 996. And as some people call it, you know, it's like the hated 911, whatever. You buy what you can afford. I like sports cars. I've had Corvettes, things like that. I've talked about this before. The 996, you know, I love the Porsche. I love the higher end sports cars, but sometimes you just have to buy what you can afford at the moment and, you know, not overdo it and go crazy and spend more than you can actually afford and cause yourself to be in some crazy debt. It's never a good thing. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Oh, okay. First piece, and it's the best piece. This is, if you can see it, and this isn't a not endorsement, not sponsored video, anything like that. Like I said, I bought this on eBay, and the reason I bought it on there was because, one, this part is, well, I'll get to the rest. It's got the air cleaners with it and everything. Carbon fiber, air intake, new air intake with the dual filters on either side for a higher flow, more airflow, and you know, the way they've designed it, they say it gets a better airflow into it. I've done air boxes and things like that on my Corvettes in the past, and these kind of things, you really can't tell hardly any difference. People always say they can hear the difference and all that, but I just don't think we're going to hear any difference when we put this on, nor are we going to feel any difference. But it does look cool. It's carbon fiber. It will look nice on the car. So, in all honesty, that's why I got it. I hope it doesn't make it lose power. I have actually heard people say sometimes, not necessarily this one, but other air boxes can cause the 996 or 911s to lose power. So, but as you can see, it has some damage on it right there, and I saw it going into it. My plan was, when I looked at this online, I saw it was a very small hole, which it is. It's smaller. It's about a 1/4 inch hole, and it does go all the way through, but the way whatever hit it broke the fiberglass, well, not fiberglass, the carbon fiber, and kind of pushed it in. So air will go into here, so it does need to be repaired. But what I'm thinking, and I know how to fix carbon fiber stuff and fiberglass. I used to make surfboards and know how to work with all kinds of resins and glass. But my plan is to try to push the old carbon fiber back up. And I know I can't fix it the way it's, you know, these are actually, you know, most carbon fiber parts are done in either vacuum bags and either that and there, or put in an oven to cure it, different things like that. I don't have that capability. I'm just going to use the straight resin and fix it. So what I want to try to do is lift that little piece that's in there, kind of fill the hole back up with it, and then re-resin over it. And then what I'll probably do is, this is just on here with, it's actually pretty loose. This is just a little nameplate on here. I'm either going to take it off, which I'll probably leave it on. My first thought was to just take it off, put new foam on the back, sticky foam on it, and move it up a little bit so that you can't see this, and it'll cover it right up. And you shouldn't even see it. That's the only thing damaged on it. Now, I will say, it did not come with, and I knew this going into it, it did not come, if you look with Fabspeed, they have a heat shield. It's just a flat piece of carbon fiber that goes like around here and up to keep heat away from the motor. Let's check out the rest of this stuff. I'll show you what else it came with. Came with the bracket that, which wasn't a big deal, but that holds the oil filter, or the oil intake where you pour oil into the motor when you need to add oil to it. This holds it right here, and it also came with a a sensor on it. Not sure what those go for separately. If you wanted to order one of the sensors, I'll leave this one in and try it. It looks fine. Otherwise, I could take mine off and use it. It did come with the rubber gasket, but if I upgrade to an 82 millimeter, I've seen people just buy a different rubber gasket like this, one that steps up to be able to go around it. So that's that. What else we got here? Okay. And that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. So these are the air cleaners. They are air filters. Really clean. But like I said, one goes on each end like that. Flip this around. This is how it mounts in the car. And then these go on here like this. Anyway, I think I may make a video of me fixing this, and I'll put that up if anybody wants to know how you fix some, fiberglass products or carbon fiber like this. You can check that video, and I will also show you how to install it next. We're about to put the airbox on, or the carbon fiber Fabspeed air intake on, and I'm going to do a cold start up so that we can hear the difference between with the airbox that's stock on it and with the carbon fiber Fabspeed air intake. Only modifications so far to it are it has the stock headers on it, and it has the stock mufflers, but the mufflers have been modified, and I'm going to do a video on that too, how I modified them. They really did make it sound good. It has no catalytic converters. It has a Fabspeed X-pipe, or not X-pipe, well yeah, it is an X-pipe, but it has no catalytic converters on it. Those have been taken off, so it's stock headers and the Fabspeed X-pipe with no catalytic converters, and the mufflers have been modified. They're the stock mufflers, but they have been modified, and I will make a video on that, on what I did. And we're going to put that on, and the carbon fiber Fabspeed air intake, and see if it sounds any different. I don't think we'll notice too much, but anyway, like I said, this is a cold startup, and I'm going to do a couple little revs, not too loud. It's kind of late when I started this video, so here we go. Okay, you guys, so first thing I have to do is take out the old airbox. Start by taking these off. Start with the easy stuff. First you want to pop off the oil where you put the oil fill in. I'll show you something I did too when I take this off. It's I guess you'd say like a little hack type of thing. I capped off this tube that comes into this resonator. It's got like a resonator box right here, and I put a cap over it so that it blocks that. I didn't, that was one of those things people were like, oh, if you do that, it'll make it sound a little better and you'll notice the sound. I didn't notice anything. There we go. Okay, so on the back side of this, let's see, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. On the bottom side here, you squeeze this down and it'll pop off. You squeeze it down and pull it off. So now this should come off, and this comes out because I loosened the 3 bands, and that comes right out. Oh, but here's the piece that I had put in there. Basically, it was like the part of an oil cap. It's like it's broken apart a little bit, but it just tucks in there and holds it in there. Oh, that's right, I had to cut it off, but there is a lip in there so that it won't get pulled in. Some people worry about it getting pulled in. I never had any issues with it. It's from a 5-quart oil container, or like 5-quart oil from Mobil 1, and fits on there perfect. Some people buy these metal ones that go on there. I just took the one off of there and put it on there. I'm sure you could use something else too, but it worked fine. I never had any issues with it, and never knew anybody that had any issues with them either. But that's what that was. Just leave that on there. Okay. So yeah, this little box, this opening in here is for what they call a resonator. It's supposed to change the sound a little bit, but I don't know. When I capped it off, I couldn't tell any difference. Make sure I don't lose anything. That is the only one holding it in, actually. I think we can take this off in one piece. Up and out. Okay, there is a little clip on the side here holding the wire down. But as you can see the holes in the bottom? Like I was saying, this allows for... Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Wrong way. Let's see. Okay, so the holes in the airbox, it allows for more air to come in, and people worry about the, when you put the Fabspeed or the Canon air filter in, that it's sucking air into the engine. This thing has all open holes on the bottom anyway, so it is pulling air from down below as well. I don't know why people make a big deal about it, but it is pretty nice that this connects to this outside, so you are getting a lot of fresh cold air into here. So anyway, it can pull some air in from the engine bay as well, especially because where the tube is, if it's, when you're stepping on the gas, put this right here, and the air is being drawn mostly from this end, which is where all these holes are, it's going to pull some from down here as well as what's coming in, the fresh air coming into this. So anyway, that's what the box looks like taken out. Now you can see a lot more of the engine. I'm probably going to clean up in there and a little bit. Cool. Okay. So I am missing something else. It did not come with another, I need another stainless steel band for on here. No, I think that's going to be perfect. This one's going to have to go this way. Alright, now the one when you're clamping the hose down onto the intake, that one you can tighten up tight as you want. Well, not too tight, but you can definitely make it a little tighter than on the carbon fiber. Because it is clamping down onto the throttle body, the metal throttle, aluminum throttle body, and you don't have to worry about the aluminum throttle body. I'm going to move this one. Okay, so what I did for now, there's a bracket for this pump that I did not get with this used one that I bought. I sent them an email just now to see if they had it. They probably didn't realize that you needed a bracket to move this air pump that's mounted over here. It's specifically cut different so that you can move the air pump back under the frame or under the body over there a little more. What I did was I slid the air filter on a little further. It should be over here, right about here, so that it's right underneath the air flowing in, which I don't think is any big deal. The tube comes probably to here on the inside of the air filter, so it will still be sucking in plenty of air from this side. It really won't matter, I don't think, especially considering that there's a whole nother one on this side. But for now, I did that until I can get a bracket, or maybe I can cut this one and modify it so that I can put it on there, or make my own bracket. This one's just made out of steel. I can probably go buy aluminum. Like the one that comes with from Fabspeed is actually aluminum. I could go buy a piece and cut it out and make my own. So I'll probably end up doing that. It'll be a lot cheaper anyway. It's down pretty good. Alright, now we have to clip in the sensor. And wheels on. Let's check to make sure it shuts. Do this nice and slow. Just want to make sure I have clearance with that oil filter, or that oil where you add the oil, because I have it moved over a little further. Yep, looks fine. Start it up and see if I'm going to start it up and see if if the sensor is okay or not. Hopefully it is. Hopefully my battery won't die. It looks like it's about to die on this camera. Oh, let's see. So this will be the first start up. Okay, so seems like it runs fine. I will take it out on the road. It's late right now, so I'm not going to take it out at the moment. But I'll take it out in the morning, do some runs with it so you can hear it, and I'll give it a couple of revs so you can hear the difference. Just starting it up, I didn't hear anything different with it, but I just wanted to make sure that the sensor worked, and seems like it does, but we'll have to check it and see, make sure just through the full range of acceleration. But it seems like everything is fine. Like I said, I really bought it because I got it for a good deal. Thought it looked really nice. I think it looks better than the stock airbox is really the only main reason for me that I did it. Yeah, I'll take it out tomorrow and we'll do some passes with it and so you can hear the difference. felt any different getting on it. Just want to say thanks to European Auto Racing, European Auto Recycling. They are the ones that I actually bought the part from on eBay, and I sent them an email, and they are going to look for the bracket. I think they probably, since it's a recycling company that deals in European cars, they probably have guys in the back that just strip the parts off, list them on eBay. So he was very nice and replied to my email and said that he would have the guys look in the back for the bracket for the air pump, and also for the diffuser that blocks the heat from the engine to the filters. I actually think it looks better without that on there, and like I said, I don't really think either way it's going to make that big of a difference, like you would really actually notice anything with that. So I would probably leave it off anyhow. I just don't think it looks good on there. But I love the air intake, the carbon fiber air intake. But they were kind enough to reply back and say they were going to look. So shout out to those guys for doing that. And I will definitely save them for any parts like that. I'm going to email them and see if the card that they have there, if it has any other parts on it that I might be interested in. Like if they did that, I mean, who knows? Maybe it has a 82 millimeter throttle body on that engine. I'm going to have him look and see what he might have on that car. And also, any problems that I ever have that I can't fix or work on, Renton Automotive over in Tampa, give them a shout if you ever have any issues or need anything. They work on all Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Mercedes, Porsches. You name it, they're really good over there. They'll take care of you, and that's where I bring the car if I need anything. And I'm going to try to do some videos going over there and have them do some stuff too. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button.